When it comes to their kids, Hollywood's toughest players often show their softest sides. For Jason Momoa, the tough star of Aquaman and Game of Thrones, his public a tough guy exterior hides a deeply emotional father. New video footage of the actor's response to a big event in his daughter Lola Ioliani's life has won the hearts of fans all over the world. Despite his towering presence and tough guy exterior, Momoa broke down in tears when he saw how his daughter had changed without him expecting it. Watch this video to understand why this moment made even the toughest warrior really vulnerable. The first few years of having a princess in Hollywood. Born July 23, 2007, Jessica Lola Iolani Momoa is the first child of Jason Momoa and actor Lisa Bonet. Her name has a lot of meaning. The name Lola was chosen because it sounds nice, and the Hawaiian name Iolani means royal hawk, which is a nod to John's heritage. From the start, Jason handled being a dad with the same intensity he brings to his other roles, making himself both a protector and a playmate. A lot of famous parents, even though Jason and Lisa are famous, they chose to give their kids a normal childhood. Their home in Tanga Canyon was a rustic escape from the spotlight in Hollywood, full of animals, music, and outdoor activities. Jason often posted pictures on social media of Lola's perfect childhood, where she climbed trees, rode horses, and took part in traditional Hawaiian activities that tied her to her father's culture. By the time she was 5, Lola was already going with her dad. Crew members noticed a big difference between how scary Jason was on screen and how nice he was to his daughter while filming Game of Thrones. Lola would visit her father on set, even when he looked like the scary Khal Drogo. These early experiences made the entertainment industry seem normal to Lola, while keeping her mostly away from its rougher sides. Jason's parenting style became clear. He focused on hands-on activities and adventures. He taught Lola how to rock climb. Climbing, skateboarding, and surfing were all activities that helped Jason build his daughter's confidence and resilience. In an interview in 2017, he said, "I'm raising a strong, confident young woman who respects nature and knows her own abilities. That's the greatest gift I can give her." Jason taught Lola how to play the guitar, and by the time she was 8, she was joining him in impromptu jam sessions that he would post online. Jason was happy to see that she was interested in art at a young age and supported her. As Lola got closer to being a teenager, Jason started to change his busy schedule to spend more time with his growing daughter. "When she was younger, I could leave for months on location," he told Men's Health. "Now, I'm incredibly aware of how quickly time passes. Missing even a few weeks feels like missing chapters in her story." Over the years, Lola has grown. By 2018, when Lola turned 11, people started to notice changes in the relationship between her father and her. Aquaman's first show, Lola stood proudly next to her father. She was no longer the shy child hiding behind his huge frame. She showed off her growing personality through thought-provoking interviews with reporters, showing a poised maturity that surprised many. This was Lola's first steps toward independence. A change that Jason supported, even though he wanted to protect her. He enrolled her in self-defense classes and told Entertainment Weekly why he did so. "Tonight, the world can be hard for young women. I want her to have the tools she needs to deal with it." As Lola showed intellectual curiosity, she needed to build her confidence and learn how to get around in school. Beyond her years, Jason proudly shared her interest in marine biology, which matched his own commitment to protecting the environment. Together they took part in beach cleanups and ocean conservation events, and Jason encouraged Lola to speak at youth environmental forums. This shared commitment strengthened their relationship and helped Lola find her own voice. The pre-teen years also brought new challenges. How they were together. Jason's schedule got busier as more major franchises needed him to be there. At the same time, Lola started making stronger friendships with other kids and finding interests outside of her famous parents. During this time, Jason came up with creative ways for them to stay connected, even though they lived far apart. For example, when I'm filming overseas, we have virtual movie nights. In a 2019 interview, Jason said, "We synchronized the same film in video chat during it. It's our way of sharing experiences even when we're not together." Even though they were not perfect, these digital connections showed that Jason was committed to being there for Lola as she grew up. The COVID-19 pandemic unexpectedly gave the family more time together, with Jason's productions pausing and Lola going to school remotely. This time became what Jason later called an unexpected gift. Months of uninterrupted connection that strengthened their relationship before the rough teen years. By mid-2020, as Lola approached her 13th birthday, family and friends noticed Jason's more and more emotional reactions to her growth. Stone's social media became a chronicle of bittersweet pride, as he wrote about her accomplishments and thought about how he felt about her growing up. In a birthday message, he wrote, Every parent says it goes too fast and I'm not ready. As the daughter of Lisa Bonet, who is African American and Jewish, and Jason, who is native Hawaiian and European, Lola started to learn more about her mixed-race heritage. She inherited a rich cultural fabric that becoming more and more important to her identity building. Jason pushed for this study by incorporating traditional Hawaiian practices into his family's daily life and exposing Lola to cultural events that linked her to her Native American roots. When Lola said she wanted to learn how to play the hula, Jason set her up with lessons with known cultural experts. "Where you come from shapes where you're going," he said in a rare family interview. "I want her to stand confidently in all aspects of her heritage." At age 14, she gave an inspiring speech at a UN Youth Forum about ocean plastic pollution, drawing on personal experiences from beach cleanups with her father and offering solutions from the point of view of her age. Jason was clearly proud of Lola's growing activism, but he also remained protective of her growing public profile. "She has important things to say," he told reporters, "but I'm still watchful about her exposure to the media machine. It's a balance we navigate every day." As with many father-daughter relationships in the early years, the teen years were a time of natural conflicts. Jason's need to protect Lola sometimes clashed with her desire for more independence. The topic of dating became especially touchy when Jason admitted in an honest interview in 2021 that he was having a hard time with this new phase, the idea of my daughter dating. "I wanted to tell her, I didn't agree with this, but it's my fault. I'm still processing the fact that my little girl is going through these things now." Even though Jason worked hard to protect her, to give Lola the freedom she needed when she said she wanted temporary blue hair dye for her 14th birthday. Even though he was hesitant at first, Jason not only agreed but also joined in, dyeing matching streaks to show his support. This action, which was captured in family photos, showed how he tried to support her right to express herself while keeping their relationship strong. By age 15, Lola started going with Jason to more industry events, where their easy rapport and similar behavior caught the attention of photographers at the Dune premiere. They laughed the same thing. It was clear from the way Lola's eyes crinkled that they were connected. Even though she was becoming more her own person, her father was slowly getting used to her becoming her own person, while still keeping their special bond. Making changes that made people cry. Jason's feelings about it, Jason's emotional breakdown, happened out of the blue during what was supposed to be a normal family get-together in late 2023, as Lola came down the stairs before the party. An important event. Jason saw how she changed over time. She wasn't the little girl who used to ride on his shoulders. Now she was a confident 16-year-old woman, standing almost at eye level with her tall father. Family members took video of this. Jason's face changes from casual talk to stunned silence as he looks at his daughter. Just watch how he reacts. His eyes are clearly wet with tears and his voice breaks when he tries to speak. To see how vulnerable the usually tough actor is reveals the profound impact of seeing his daughter fully blossom into a young woman. What struck Jason most about Lola wasn't just her physical maturation, but also her confidence and self-possession. Her change went beyond appearance. It showed intellectual growth, emotional intelligence, and a unique personality that sometimes mirrored her father's intensity while remaining uniquely her own. Unlike other turning points in her development, this moment was a psychological turning point for Jason. A deep understanding that his role as a parent was changing as quickly as his daughter's was. In interviews after this emotional response, Jason thought about what made him cry. He said it wasn't just the way she looked, it was hearing her talk about climate policy with more clarity than most adults. Seeing her handle tough conversations with grace, realizing she doesn't need me as much as she used to, and feeling both incredibly proud and terrified by that realization. The change became even more clear. Lola and Jason went to the premiere of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in late 2023. Lola walked the red carpet with confidence in front of photographers and answered reporters' questions with thought while her father watched from a few steps behind, clearly processing the reality of his daughter's growing public profile. One particularly touching exchange happened when a reporter asked Lola about her plans for the future. Before Jason could respond with his usual protective deflection, Lola talked about her passions for sustainable fashion design and marine conservation, two things she had developed on her own but which were clearly inspired by both of her parents. Jason's face during this conversation showed a complicated mix of pride and longing that parents all over the world could relate to. Lola's real-life love life also made Jason feel bad. He had joked about it for years, but when it happened, it hit him harder than he thought it would. In an honest moment on the Kelly Clarkson show, Jason said, "When the first young man came to the house, I changed into someone I didn't recognize. My wife had to remind me to take a deep breath and give him space." The fact that he was honest about how hard it was for him to find the right balance between protection and proper boundaries showed how much he had to work on his emotional adjustment. What was so touching about Jason's reaction was that he was ready to deal with this change in public, giving other parents, especially dads, permission to talk about how hard it is to see their kids grow up. In a moving Instagram post after Lola's 16th birthday party, Parenthood showed how his real-life vulnerabilities stood in stark contrast to his fictional ones. This was a powerful lesson that even people who seem strong all the time have deep-seated vulnerabilities. Jason showed her a set of pictures that show how she has changed from a baby to a young woman. His caption didn't use the usual famous parent platitudes. Instead, it was an honest look at himself. "It's not been climbing mountains or doing my own stunts that have been the hardest thing in my life. Getting stronger while seeing how sore you are. I try my best, but sometimes I hold on too tight. I promise to keep trying to get it right." This emotional honesty struck a chord with fans and led to thousands of comments from parents who had similar experiences. People started talking about parenting because of Jason's tears, which showed that even Hollywood's most masculine characters can't avoid the emotional intensity of being a parent. Sparked unexpected feelings. What have you done to deal with seeing young people in your life change right in front of your eyes? Tell us in the comments below. And make sure you subscribe to get more touching stories about your favorite stars and their families. See you in the next one.